Hello, guess who and guess what? Well, the guess who is me, Robbie Chandler. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Quincy, Florida, right outside Tallahassee, Florida. I have classes in my home and I'd love for you to come over and join me for a class one day if you live in the area. And today I'm here to share a Christmas card with you. So that's going to be the what, and I'll show it to you right now. The Christmas card I'm here to share with you today is made with the Sweet Jar Punch Builder and the Jar of Joy stamp set. That's a bundle that you can get that's a 10% discount if you buy the two together. So here's the card we're going to make, and I put 3 of the jars on the front, and when you open it up it says Sending Christmas Joy. So let's talk about this card and how we make it. And let me move this a little bit out of the way. Okay, so we're going to start with the card base of basic black, and it's 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And you just fold it in half. There's your card base. Now the next layers are basic white, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. And on top of it, I have a piece of it's called the Regal Distressed Pattern Paper. And it comes in several designs, and this is one, and this one that we're going to use again is a little green design, and then it has a white one with squares in it. So this is the next layer, and we're just going to glue that down, and then I'm going to run it through the Forever Plaid embossing folder, and you get this design. I really think it makes it pop more when you put this design on it. So we're just going to adhere that to the front. And while we're talking about the card, here's the inside, and I stamped Sending Christmas Joy from the Rocking Horse, which is a retired one, but any sentiment you have will work there, and it's in cherry cobbler. And then the little gingerbread guys are from actually the Jar of Joy. It's this one, and I stamped it in crumb cake down at the bottom. Now this piece and this piece are both cut with my new favorite die called Branching Out, and it's a set right here of all of these. And you also get some little other pieces in it, like this sprig one that I'm going to use to cut the greenery for this card. So it's a nice set. I like all the layers that it makes and the little design in the corner. So that's our inside piece. Now I added some of my little peppermints in some of the places, and I'll talk to you about the peppermints in just a second. Alright, so let's get these out of the way. So I already have that adhered to the card front, and I put the little peppermints in the corners to add a little different look there. Here's my inside. So now let's talk about the jars. So to do the jars, you need to use this stamp, and I used Secret C, and you need to stamp 3 of them, and I've already done that on this piece. So here's 1, 2, 3. Now the third one, I stamped the Merry Christmas. The only one I could find that I had that fit was the one from Regal Reindeer, but I stamped Merry Christmas in one of them. And in the jar stamp set are these little dots, look like this, and I stamped those around the Merry Christmas to add a little bit to that one, and that's in cherry cobbler. So you're wondering about the peppermints. Well, they come like this, and it's called Real Red and White Adhesive Back Peppermints. Now these came out last year and they just flew out the door. You couldn't hardly get them. They stayed on back order. But this year they're out there, and they don't seem to be running out like they did last year. So I bought several. In fact, I think I gave each of my customers about 1/3 to 1/2 a pack to do their cards with. So what you do, you just start adhering the peppermints to the jars, and they stick pretty good, but I wanted that jar look, you know, like glass. So what I did, I took, after I stamped and put those on, I took a piece of clear packing tape and just gently laid it down on top of the jars, smoothed it out. You want to try not to get any wrinkles in it, and just smooth it over. Now that serves 2 purposes. One, it makes it look like a glass jar, And 2, it's going to hold your peppermints in place so you don't have to worry about them falling off before they get to your recipient. So I'm just going to smooth down around the peppermints. Now, the only problem with putting the peppermints on is you cannot punch them. But the Merry Christmas one, you can. It fits right in there. In fact, I'll do that real quick. Just line it up and just give it a good punch. Now, put this over to the side. So here's our Merry Christmas. The other 2, I just cut out with my scissors, just fussy cut them out by hand. And the lids, I punched those out at a gold foil, and then you just punch this top part here and you'll have your little lid. So here's 3 I've already done. And you see how it looks like glass, like a glass jar? I really like the look. And then here's the Merry Christmas. So let's just put those on our card front. So I'm going to start with the 2 in the back that have the peppermints in them. Let's just put one right here. And then we'll put the other one over on the other side. Like right over, I'm going to let them kind of touch right there. And then we're going to put Merry Christmas down in front. Like right here. All right. Now I have a little bit of greenery here, and I want to, I felt like it needed a little greenery around it to, I don't know, make it not look so stark. You could leave it without, but I just wanted to stick a little piece in here and there, so let me put a little glue on the back of this one. And we're just going to kind of hide it up in there like that. And then this one, let's see if I need to cut it off. Yeah, I think I need to cut a little bit. Let me trim a little bit of it off. I don't want to trim too much or my 2 pieces are going to fall apart. So we'll stick those up in here. As you can see, this is a pretty quick and easy card. Now, I will tell you, what takes the longest is putting the peppermints on. It does take a minute or 2 to add those peppermints. All right, I think I like that right there. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so there we go. We got a little greenery, we got our jars, and then like I showed you, I added some of the peppermints in here. I used 2 for the little buttons on him, and then these I felt like needed something in them, and I just took my markers, cherry cobbler and black, and put a little dot for the eyes and tied his colored his bow tie. So there we go. How do you like that? I hope you like it well enough that you'll like it, subscribe to my channel, and share it with somebody. So if you need a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. If you would like to be on a team, I'd love to be your team leader. So until next time, happy crafting.